Oh dear. Whoa, the lag. It's back. Oh, never mind. We're back to normal? We're back to normal, I think. Oh dear. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Which is good. It is very nice. Oh right, there's the Viper quest here. But we're gonna ignore that. And we're gonna do the Reaper job quest. I don't have much time today, actually. Like... like shortly after, in about 2 hours, I will have to leave. So hopefully I can do the Reaper job quest beforehand. Well, if you're in Julian, you headed in? Yep. Wait a second, sorry, I just remembered something. Hold on a second, sorry. Sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, on the hunt. Let's go. Ah, there you are. Looking deadly enough that scythe to make me weak at the knees. I wish it's time we stopped faffing about and made ready to hunt our target. My lemurs have been hard at work scraping together what information they can. Let's see what they've got. Everyone here? Good. Our ninjas you've met. No further Chimera-related incidents you'll be happy to hear. The overly chipper lass over there is Herman. Make her acquaintances. Okay. Oh, she did a hand motion. That's how you know she's a friend. As you know, our quarry is a void scent, and he goes by the name Orcus. Oh, I'm pretty sure I've defeated that mark a few times. He's eluded the best, but these two are a step above that. Tell us what you found. By a real boss? I asked around about unsolved murders and disappearances, seeing if any involved someone matching the description you provided. There's as many missing people as there are grains of sand, and no shortage of tragedies either. One, however, stood out among the rest. A woodcutter in the Black Shroud disappeared without a trace. No body, no belongings, nothing. A not enough occurrence by itself, but the sightings of a stranger with skin pale as snow near his last known whereabouts piqued our interest. Now that's a promising start, but those woods are crawling with bandits and brigands of all sorts. Duskwights and keepers are said to come in ghostly hues. Are we sure this man ain't one of them? Sure as I've ever been, boss. Not many bandits have eyes the color of blood. It's a match too close to ignore. I can't gainsay that. We have a lead. If I may, boss, are you sure we need the help of this outsider? How much trouble could one void scent be? We have the same eye color. Herman, she's standing right there, for God's sake. No, she's right. I've always told you to turn a wary eye to those outside the family. She's just doing her due diligence. Why the ominous music? But trust me when I say we need every advantage we can afford. I made the mistake of misjudging Orcus' strength before, and for my hubris, my family, my flesh and blood family, was slain. All of them. Isn't that like a level 60 or 70 A rank mark? Might even be a B rank one, I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's a mark you can defeat pretty easily, actually. Was planning on holding that back a bit longer, but it was before the lemurs. I swore two things. I'll repay that suffering 1,000-fold, and I'll never let that bastard take anything from me again. I mean, keep my vow, and I trust I can count on you to help. You don't have to ask twice, boss. Your wounds are our wounds, even the ones that have become scars. We'll see your vengeance wrought. All these years I've scraped to make a place for us. I looked forward to the day he'd pay his dues. It ain't just for me that we have to hunt him down either. He's a blight on the orgy itself, and the longer we let it fester, the more suffering it'll spread. We need to corner him now, while we have the chance. Are you ready, Joriana? You know those woods as well as any of us, and we'll need your experience if we hope to be back before supper. As well as any of us? Isn't not better than any of us? Might be a typo, I'm not sure. Much appreciated. Alright, let's get to it then. Herman, I want you here in Ulza, keeping your ear to the ground for any news of Orcus's movements. Arnigis, you'll lead us to where this woodcutter disappeared. Your will, boss. That would be the central shroud. Our best course would be to set off from Bent Branch Meadows. Oh, right. Wait, hold on. I need to up the volume on my end. It's really low. I can barely hear anything. Ba, ba, ba. Bent Branch Meadows. Da, da. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, I love Sultana Dreaming so much. It's so nice. Good, you made it. Before we set off, allow me to share the circumstances of our poor woodcutter's disappearance. As I heard it, he disappeared nigh on a week ago. Got lost, some surmise, but he was a seasoned woodsman, not some high-born traveler who forgot to buy a map. I questioned those closest to him, and none could think of a reason he might want to make himself scarce. He'd even made plans to meet with friends not long from now, but I expect that promise will go unkept. Sounds like we can rule out a voluntary departure. I believe we can. The last person to see the man alive said he took his axe and ventured northwest. And that's where we'll set our trap. Here, Joriana, take these. A Magitech transceiver and candle that scented like a Voidsent's favorite libation. Blood. Nice. Metal. Once it's lit and the fumes are wafting through the air, every Voidsent within 30 yalms will come running. If either of us is Orcus, let's give the other a shout over the transceiver. As I said before, Orcus is inhabiting the body of a man, and he can put on an awfully convincing performance when needs must. Don't give him a chance to work his wiles, or his fangs will be on your neck before you know it. As much as I want to accompany you, I'd only be a liability in a fight. Whether you find Orcus or not, return here and I'll report back to the lemurs. Lemurs. Maybe it's lemurs. It's probably lemurs. Good luck and good hunting. Not. Alright. When lit, this candle emits the odor of blood into the air, a favorite of Voidsent hunters. Alright, I still have this on your skin map that leads to Tempest. Metallic aroma, right? The purple light to me. Again. How dare it. How dare. And now here. There's no resemblance to Orcus. It eyes you with a voracious hunger. Dun dun dun. You're new. Wow. I'm glad to see you in one piece. Now, what's that you have in your hand? This ring is coated red with blood, although with whose is uncertain. It could also just be a red coral ring. We don't know. You said a voice scent was carrying this? That ring, where did you find it? A voice scent had it. I see, and there can be no doubt. The void scent that Joriana slew is the very same one that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered? Are you saying... Aye. While I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave, hastily dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of the woodcutter. A wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless that ring was his demise. Shiny baubles are a common fixation for the voice scent. Probably didn't spare a thought for the owner, only the prize. I suppose we can take comfort in the knowledge that it'll harm no one else. Voice scent like shiny stuff? I didn't remember that. Orcus or not, I'd say this expedition was a success after a fashion. I shall apprise the whalers of what's transpired. You two catch some well-earned rest. Thank you kindly, Arnesius. Well then, I'll see you back at headquarters. Okay, I see that my mic isn't picking up any of the sound coming from upstairs, thankfully. I'm really happy about that, because my neighbors upstairs are pumping some really loud music upstairs, but apparently, at least according to OBS, or what it seems, anyway. No, according to OBS, it doesn't seem like the mic is picking anything up, so that's nice. That's very good. Well, if it ain't Joriana, yeah, you just say the same thing. Never mind. Loyal? I was going to say lawyer. Loyal Emir. And there I thought this would finally be over. When Arnesius has a lead, we're usually toasting our kill the day after, but these are exceptional circumstances. Maybe we didn't get the satisfaction I promised, but sitting here with our heads in our hands won't do us any good. Let's be happy with one less void scent preying on helpless woodcutters. Only good void scent is a dead void scent. Well, except for the Halloween event once. Actually, yeah. No, I should have picked the other option, but it's not like it matters. Here. Nothing comes of their endless hunger for ether but bloodshed and tragedy. We were on the cusp of ending 2 decades of misery. That's how long ago Orcus came into this world, raging like an animal free from his cage and leaving my family dead in his wake. Was it 2 decades that he killed your family, or do you actually know for sure that's how long he's been around? He could have been around for way longer. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, his hunger follows, and the realm bleeds to sate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he is vicious, and not even the finest trackers have been able to keep on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that will soon bear fruit. Our ninja is following up on it as we speak. Oh. I swear, someday that man is going to kill over on my account. Still, there's no one else I trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use this chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time we speak you'll have a golden opportunity to test them. Da-da. Dark days indeed. Apologies, Juliana, but we're still waiting on our ninjas to come through. There's not much for you to do around here until then, unless you have a knack for cleaning. You know what, it's just actually kind of funny. This might be the first time, or at least one of the few times, where they don't say, oh, wow, ever since you came over the other day, we found what we were looking for. But no, like right now, it's almost like I didn't leave the room. Because I didn't leave the room, wow. Herman is good at wheedling out promising stories and whatnot, but getting the truth of those stories is a craft as delicate as weaving. I'm sure you've seen firsthand how one bad bit of information can lead to elaborate plans coming apart at the seams. Yeah? Boss! Boss! Calm down, lad. Breathe. What's gotten into you? Tarnijus, he's been murdered! Huh. What? Tell me I heard that wrong. I'm afraid not. The brass blades found him half buried in the sands not bells ago. Just lying there like some bloody animal carcass. They're bringing him to Iralig's burial chamber as we speak. Can we talk to Severian? To know what happened? Actually, no. Yeah, no, better not. Whoever did this doesn't know the reckoning they've got coming. Before I'm done with them, they'll be begging to crawl back into their mother's womb. I want justice as much as you, Herman. I do, but it's times like these we need to look to the boss for guidance. As you can see, Juliana, emotions are running high. We should stay here until Herman cools off. Can you let the boss know we're standing by and waiting for her command? Like as not, she's gone to pay her respects. I'm actually kind of shocked that they aren't immediately... accusing me of wrongdoing, you know? Like, from their perspective, I just went outside, and then a few days passed and I came back in. In that span of time, their friend died. Right? And I'm just an outsider. It would make perfect sense for them to be suspicious of me. Like, genuinely, usually in stories I hate when suddenly everyone's just suspicious of one guy, like, even though there's no reason to, but this one time I would actually say that it would make a lot of sense. Sorry, Juliana, I ain't in the mood for chit-chat. Where's the bloody keeper? A lady, pretty. The dead must be let to rest. The dead are going to have one more among them if you don't shut your trap and listen. The brass plates brought in a body not long ago. Show me to it. Ah yes, that they did. But are you the deceased family? If not, I am afraid we cannot. Family? Family? Arnesius was like a son to me. Like a son? Ordinarily that would be. He is interred in the innermost coffin. However, I must advise you not to gaze upon the body. Mother... if she insists, then so be it. God damn it, Arnesius. I told you not to go and get yourself. Don't, Juliana. This isn't for you. We don't have a model. Show. I'm sorry for barging in here and for all the bluster. If you can forgive my rudeness, promise me that Arnesius gets sent off well and proper. Of course he shall be. However, if you wish to inter him within the city gates, well, such sought-after space comes at no small expense. I don't care what it costs. Just send your man to Lemir's headquarters to collect what you require. Juliana, I appreciate you coming to find me, but there's someone else I have to speak with first. I'm heading to Stone's Throw. Come along if you please, but come along in silence. That's my specialty. No, really, it's my specialty. I just cannot speak. Even when I do, I don't speak. No, alright. That works. That's the wrong one. That was the wrong one. What an idiot. Okay, let's do this properly. There we go. There we go. This is where Arnesius' dear wife earns her living. Let's get this over with. Oh, he had a wife and everything. Oh, that sucks. Arnesius never forgot the debt he owed you. The debt we both owed you. Even so, his loyalty ran even deeper than that. A strange thing to look back on the people we were. A decade younger and a lifetime more foolish. Young lovers, proud patriots, blissfully ignorant. We're returning to Locus Aminus and the cradle of our people. What? A triumphant homecoming for the Guardians after centuries in exile. The once mighty invaders had been laid low and driven back whence they came. It was a bannered day when Arnesius was honored with a post there. The honor and pride quickly faded when we saw the truth of Locus Aminus. We hadn't just defeated our enemies, we had clapped them in irons and condemned them to a life of servitude. Descendants of those who driven our ancestors north so many generations ago, made to pay for the crimes of their forebears. His superiors were certainly pleased with the poetry of it all. Our ninjas, however, could not simply look away from their suffering, let alone take pleasure in it. Confronted with the reality of the place we would call home, his conscience demanded that he take action. He began cooperating with the resistance, but the eyes of the frumentarium were all-seeing, and before long he was ousted as a sympathizer. It was only by the grace of good fortune that we escaped with our lives. That's a really good sky. Man. Light pollution sucks. I've often lain awake at night, wondering if he had outlived his usefulness to the resistance. Or perhaps it was a petty senior officer that orchestrated our fall. Regardless of the cause, the outcome was the same. We could never return to the Empire. We fled to Eorzea by way of Razat-Han, the only route open to us. It wasn't soon after stepping foot on the docks of Limsa Lominsa that your luck ran out, as I recall. Stopped by Yellow Jackets and accused of being Imperial spies. Aye, but we still managed to make an escape. We ran and ran, terrified that our pursuers would one day catch up to us. That is, until we met you. Had not taken us under your wing when you did, I shudder to imagine our fate. Your gratitude's the last thing I deserve, lass. If I hadn't sent our ninjas off on my damned fool's errand, he'd still be alive. It was orcs that killed him, and no mistake. He died for my vengeance. I can tell you how sorry I am. No, you needn't apologize. I know he was happy. So long as he was helping you, he was happy. And you're fine with that as your wife? As his wife, not your wife, as his wife? The blame for his death doesn't rest on your shoulders. It rests on the man, the monster that murdered him in cold blood. I expect you to see he answered for this crime. For me and for our ninjas. I will, lass, I will. On this I swear everything that I have to swear. We need to talk, Joriana. Somewhere with fewer prying eyes. Come meet me at the bridge to the north. Okay. PT, yay. Texture is loading in. There for a second. I owe you an apology, Juliana, for not telling you everything about me and the Orcus from the start. I dragged you into a fight against a foe that's cunning, brutal, and utterly merciless. I thought with all of us together we'd tip the scales in our favor. But I was wrong, and our ninjas paid the price for my hubris. That void scent we tracked in the Black Shroud was likely one of Orcus's minions. I was too caught up in my grand scheme to realize it at the time. I should have thought about why I tried to hide that body. Your common void scent wouldn't have the guile to bury a kill. But what if Orcus thought it that as a way to throw trackers off its scent, and to dangle bait for me and mine? Good thinking. Orcus has used that same trick in the past, and he knows that we know it too. By dispatching his minion, We drew his attention. Arnesius was a warning. Orcus doesn't give his prey swift deaths. He toys with them, cuts into them, and savors the screams. That's how I knew he was responsible. It's like a signature, the way he leaves the body when he's had his fill. I only pray Arnesius doesn't take that suffering with him to the next life. Orcus will be coming for you or me next. Why not Herman? Not right away though, that'd be giving up the game. He wants us to keep looking over our shoulders, sleeping with one eye open. Or in my case, the only eye open. He'll wear us down without even lifting a finger. Yeah, I know technically in canon the Warrior of Light has both eyes. I'm just joking. And when he finally strikes, we'll be dead on our feet, playthings for him to do with as he pleases. That won't do. We need to bring in the fight to him. No more waiting around for a lead to come to us. It won't be easy, but can I still count on your help? For Arnesius. Thank you, Juliana. And if you got no qualm risking life and limb to fight for Arnesius, to fight for me, then I've got no qualm calling you a member of my family. Yay. See? The little fist emote thing? That's how I know that Herman is good. Family. A curious word that. Dominic Toretto? Bloody! It's him, Juliana, Orcus! That was quick. Some persistent rats were nibbling at my tail. I should have known by their stench it was you and yours, Drusilla. Or should I call you? Granddaughter. Dun dun dun. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting, like, her true name. No, granddaughter. Shut your mouth, you fry-stand monster! Monster. Is that any way to greet a beloved elder? Children these days. It seems one death wasn't punishment enough for you. A second should suffice for this scant remainder of your being. Herman? Juliana, we're ending this here and now. Follow my lead. There was no level saying. Unfortunately. I thought we might savor our reunion for a while longer. But if you insist, I shall feast upon your beating heart here and now. Die! He knows the Organization 13 trick of teleporting away. Oh, but not but dregs left in that desiccated vessel of yours. Too long has the hide been left in the sun. But your family has been replenished with fresh blood, I see. My mind, what a bounteous soul this one has. Your sight may be dull, but your eyes as sharp as ever. Budding as the sun, pure as the snow. Oh, delectable as a board slathered in grease. Oh, okay. Hi, the Ninja Quest guy. I don't remember his name, but the Ninja Quest guy, that was also crazy. So, should I call this guy Kefka 2.0? I had thought to make a quick meal of you, but perhaps, just this once, forbearance is in order. Such a singular specimen must be given time to fatten, to fulfill its succulent potential. It would be a travesty to consume you ere you achieve perfection. I am level 80, you know. When your soul is ripe with fear, swollen with hatred, and fit to burst with despair, I shall return for you, Joriana. I shall gorge. How do you know my name? I took a look at your ID, at your adventure plate. Ah, okay. Until that time, sup well, my growing whelp. Sorry. I am taking this seriously, by the way. This is a good scene. When I make jokes is when you know that I'm taking it seriously. I'm not joking, actually. I'm actually not joking at all. I'm not joking about that. Like, when I make jokes is when I'm actually invested. And when I'm not making jokes and just passing through everything is when you know that I don't care at all. Curse his old bones. He was right in front of me. I could have ended it in one swing. Yeah, it's... For a moment, just one moment, I saw it all again. My family slaughtered, lying at his feet. My wife slipping away. And that was enough. Doubtless you have more than a few questions. I'll answer them, I promise. But now's not the time. Trust me. Standing around kicking the sand won't change what's done. Let's return to headquarters and let the wind cool our heads. Then we can consider our next course of action. The map is already open. I really need a new glasses. I know this has happened for a good while now, but I'm constantly just adjusting my glasses up because they're constantly just falling down. I need new little things here. I don't know what they're called in English. But those little things that just make it so the glasses are on your nose. The boss told me everything. That bastard Orcus is going to get what's coming to him. If he thinks he knows pain, well, he hasn't met me. I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. I was going to say I'll see it when I believe it. It was my own fault. If I hadn't stood there slack-jawed, if I wasn't so damn slow, you'd be rid of that abomination once and for all. But you saw he used to be my grandfather, before Orcus took over. He looks green enough to be my own grandchild now. Freak of the void, like as not. It's no secret that if a voidsent doesn't want to devour you, it probably wants to take possession of your flesh. But Orcus has a particular talent for it. And as you doubtless surmised, he's got an insatiable craving for ether. Killing is only a prelude to the act of gulping down our essence, like a draught of ale after a day's work. He's old. I can't say exactly how old. Alright, what I thought. He's acquired a taste for the finer things. Seems your soul counts among the finest he's ever seen. Things just keep getting better for us, don't they? Hey, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the perfect bait. Only the first time someone set their sights on my soul. Is that so? Used to be in a price pig, are we? Anyway, it's clear that safety is no longer something we can take for granted. Not even in a crowded street, not even in the middle of the day. Keep your eyes peeled and watch out for those terrible red eyes. Sit in chocobos for the moment, but I'll think of something and send for you as soon as I can. Until then, never sleep far from your scythe. How about now, though? Glad to see Orcus hasn't sunk his teeth into you yet, Joriana. I'm go thinking he's given up on trying, though. He's out there, savoring you from a distance. Creepy. Can't resist checking in on his prize, just as he can't resist seeking out morsels to tie them over to his feasts. The reports we've received of a man pale as death skulking about the sides is proof of that. And then there's the matter of this blunted dagger. We don't know who sent it, but we do know what it means. It's a warning commonly used by the less savory elements in Ul'dah. A warning that the next will be delivered sharp and straight to our bellies. More fool them. They have no notion of what we face and lived, thinking we'd soil our small clothes over empty threats. Let's hope it's nothing more than that, lass, seeing as we need to follow up on those reports sooner than later. Anyone fancy a bit of fresh air? If we catch a whiff of Orcus's foul stench, all the better. Brianna, I want you to ask around near Blackbird Station, and I'll head to Stone's Throw. When you're done, meet me there and we'll share what we've dug up. Wait, why am I leaving? I should just do this. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, now I know why. Da, 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 da. Whee! Okay. I recognize that self-assured stride. The mark of a woman ready to take on the world and then some. Must be the Eorzean Reaper the boss sent word about. Oh, I love the Thanos and fielding so much, just so nice. I'm almost disappointed to tell you nothing's amiss. The soldier in me would have loved to see a Reaper in action. I once fought in the Imperial Army, though you wouldn't think it to look at me now. I served proudly under the Lord of Valens in my youth, until the day he ordered us to use common folk as fodder in some pointless skirmish. I refused and was sentenced to death for my candor. Needless to say, I didn't keep that appointment. Compared to that evil, toothless threats and ghosts are no bother, but the less shaded or more excitable. One lass in particular has been jumping at shadows. She claims to have seen all manner of terrors, but I suspect she'd be startled by her own reflection. Still, if you want to lend an ear to her delusions, you can find her in Lost Hope. Huh. Both the Sage and Reaper job quests, both jobs that appeared in Endwalker, send you to Lost Hope, which is interesting. Ah! Oh! Hello! Who are you? Me? Oh, did Drusilla receive my missive? She sent someone to rid us of this terrible evil waiting in the wings? Surely she cares for us if we really were her flesh and blood, which is more than I can say about my own. Not once have I longed to return to the life of comfort I left behind in Garlemald, and I have Drusilla's thank for that. Okay, now I'm just... now every single time I see an NPC in Thanalan with a headpiece like that hides their head, their... I forgot the name of this part of your head, but that hides the top part of your head, of your hair and such. I'm going to think that they're Garlean now. She isn't the reason I left home in the first place, of course. Had I not met my beloved, I would likely still be feasting on lemon cakes in ignorance. In ignorance of love, of freedom. I found the former in Garlemald and the latter in Eorzea, as our new life blossomed into something beautiful. Not every day has been easy, not even most days, but Drusilla's watchful eye has kept us safe, and our freedom is worth any measure of hardship. Such terrible fear gripped my heart when my beloved told me of the pale man he spied on the sands. But now that the family has come to help, I can breathe a sigh of relief. He's dead, isn't he? Another husband dead. Damn. I'm sure you wish to know precisely where to find that horrid creature, but I cannot help half so well as my beloved might. Seek him in the southeast and pray put an end to this nightmare. Is he dead? Speak with the Lethe Dandy? Lethe Dandy? What? Stylish looking, aren't you? Lethe Dandy, that... I was not expecting this. Oh my god. Through devil mists the hunter doth out tread, tracking the scent of quarry others dread. In darkest night cry for keeper, lo, by your side she walks. The Reaper. Apologies for the effusive display, friend. I'm a poet, you see, and cannot resist putting into words the flood of emotions that accompany such a striking figure as yours. That was a smooth animation. Monster. Blood loss emanating from these voids and is potent and powerful. Usually you can't speak to an NPC if they're inside the purple circle of death, but not this time. Anyway. Touch me? Okay, I didn't do much. Yay. Thank you, my savior, my godson. Would that I could have aided you, but alas, a poet's pen is of little use in battle. Unless, of course, that battle involves not swords and scythes, but words. You could be a bard. Just ask the sire of my beloved, who is even now licking the wounds dealt by the invective verse I composed after he had the gall to forbid our union. A masterwork of scathing metaphor and subtle remonstration. Alas, for all their pretensions, nobles are anything but subtle in their rage. We were forced to flee, to abandon our homes with only our love for sustenance. Nevertheless, I regretted not a single moment of our life in exile. In Eorzea we found an unexpected treasure. Freedom! Freedom of mind and freedom of heart. But I digress. Surely you did not seek me out simply to save my life and live with a nod and smile. A smile. You wish to commission a poem? Actually, you know what? Sure. Oh yeah, the Pale Man. Yeah, yeah, that too. You can. I can commission. Can I commission you a poem about that Pale Man? No. The Pale Man. I encountered him whilst wandering these arid wastes in search of inspiration. Really? You came out here in search of inspiration. I felt the gaze of some terrible presence upon my back. And when I turned to meet it, he was standing there, grinning like a butcher in a bullpen. He wore robes much too thick for these scorched sands, and his skin looked as if it had never been kissed by the blazing sun. Worst of all, his eyes were as two bottomless pools of blood. I feared my end had come, but then he vanished as quickly as he had appeared. Perhaps I've been reckless. Recent incidents make it clear that the cost of inspiration is higher than I'm willing to pay. I shall return to my beloved for both my safety and hers. Thank you again, my savior. Goodbye, witty dandy. You were a great guy. You were indeed a great guy. Can you be here, please? No, they're gone. Oh, it would be so fun. No, oh well. Anyway. This would be a great time to play music. But oh well. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, it's raining now. There you are. And? I successfully made it so the husband did not die this time. Another one of his accursed minions. Well, I suppose we can take comfort in the fact that none of the family came to harm. Yourself included. Well done. Speaking of which, what do you think of this family you've been thrust into? Speak freely, I haven't lived this long by taking offense at opinions I don't want to hear. I'm surprised you've all survived this long. Seems like any other family to me. Both of these are kinda bad. Doesn't matter what I think, does it? All of these options are bad. Angry Botanist job quest, yes. Do you know? Fun fact, you have to unlock Botanist and get it to level 70 to unlock Reaper. Okay, all of these options are awful. It doesn't matter what I think, does it? I don't like any of those options. If you say so. I reckon you don't hate us, and that's good enough for me. End of the day, we're just a ragtag band of outcasts unfit to live under the Empire's boot. Yours truly included. By the way, again, because of this job quest, I'm now going to think that every single person in entirety of Thanalan, if they have like a helmet on or something to hide like their thing here, their head, top part of their head, I forgot the name in English. I'm just going to assume that they're Guardians now. They have to be Guardian now, because every single one so far, they're actually secretly a Guardian. Much as some enlightened types might tell you otherwise, people like to have a say in the life they lead. That's what separates us from those bugs over there. The level 1 enemies. Born queens, workers, drones. Bred into roles ingrained so deeply they wouldn't know how to live otherwise. For the glory and prosperity of the Hive. But we've got it in us to be different. Might be born into farming, soldiering, or politicking, but we can choose to walk a different path whenever the fancy should strike. It ain't in our nature to accept our lot without question. No, we have to believe in something, but our faith in it. Only then will we deign to march in step. And indeed, faith of a savage stripe is one way to get us dancing to the same tune. Others might be compelled through faith in the logic or law, intangible, invisible, yet cause enough for killing and conquering if it suits the queen. Oh hi, that guy. I know that guy. The invaders have sullied our birthright for 8 centuries, no longer. We march for Locus Aminus. With a few righteous words, his radiance, Solus Zos Galvas, whipped the Hive into a frenzy. Once that fire is burning, the passion of the masses can soon be quelled. Especially without his beard, what is it? What was once a wish for home became a holy mission to spread enlightenment. Enlightenment which would not suffer such beliefs as the Beastmen held. Countless courts rendered up their lives on the altar of empire, until an entire continent was united under a single Magitech fist. For those who still dreamed the dream of unity, a deed worthy of song, yet some awoke to see it for the tyranny it was, my grandfather Rulas included. The talents of the Reapers are passed down through bloodlines. Rulas was the best of us, the most accomplished and feared in the Order's long history. The duty of the Reapers, our role in the Hive if you will, was to deliver our countrymen from corrupt and power-hungry tyrants. When Garlemald found religion in conquest, its appetite grew to be insatiable. My grandfather pondered this conundrum for many sleepless nights, and came to a decision. He would relieve todos os galvas of his life. What? 20 years ago, he slipped into the deepest chambers of the Imperial Palace, silent as a shadow, until he could hear the Emperor's beating heart. Yet when rules were returned to me, Solus was alive and well. My grandfather, on the other hand, had a skittishness to his step, and his black hair had turned to pale white. I wonder why. He said naught of his encounter with the Emperor, save that the most powerful man in Garumal was no man at all. Shamed in his defeat, my grandfather sought greater power. Bit by bit, he gave more of himself over to the void scent behind his avatar. Orcus struck when Ruas was weakest, taking his flesh and soul in one fell swoop. When he was finished, not a mote of my grandfather remained in that body. There was only Orcus. The fiend flew into a rapturous frenzy, and my family were his first victims. I remember the chill of his teeth sinking into my flesh, gnawing until they reached my very essence. How am I standing here before you then? Oh, Orcus gorged on a soul that night, but it wasn't mine, not exactly. It was my avatar that filled his belly. Seems that was all he could stomach. Some might consider that a lucky twist of fate, but I had little time to ponder my fortune. Fled soon as I was able. His radiance never looked kindly on those trying to end his life, or their families. I wandered about for years until I settled here and started seeking out others like me. Others who had awoken from the Empire's dream. Lemirs is what we call the spirits of the dead in the Garlean tongue. A fitting moniker if there ever was one. Waking up from a long sleep ain't like climbing out of the grave. I can attest to that. Son of a puddin'. Remind me not to give such long-winded speeches when the sun is blowing in my face. I'm heading back for some ale. See what headquarters. It's really good. Both the Sage and Reaper job quests are really nice. They're very good. I'm liking Reaper more, I think, but Sage was great. It's kind of funny in a way. Like, I had such massive expectations from the Dancer and Gunbreaker job quests because they were part of Shadowbringers and all. And they were good, they were really good. But I came out of them a little disappointed because my expectations were just that high. And now, since I don't really have any expectations at all for Endwalker, I'm just surprised just how good this is. These are really, really good. Ooh, cutscene. But I think I'm liking Reaper more just because of the insight on Garumal and Garleans. The normal citizens of Garumal, how they see it. Welcome back, boss. How was the family? It's about what I expected, to be fair, but still, it's nice to see. Shaken, but unharmed, aside from some tousled hair and mangled verse. Orcus left one of his minions behind as a gift. The Juriana made quick work of it. I always said she was a keeper. You have an eye for the fierce of heart. You did not. Shut up, you're gaslighting me. Shut up. I wager she could slay Orcus on her own. Not that we'd let her take all the glory. You're not a traitor, are you? Of course we wouldn't. We'll all be there when Orcus tries to take his prize. I don't think we'll be waiting long either. I'm not saying she's a traitor, by the way. But if she was, I wouldn't even be that surprised. But I doubt it. Orcus said Orcus said he'd strike when Giordano was ripe with fear and hatred and despair. Seasonings he's loath to forego. I have an inkling how he might try to draw out those emotions, and finish off a half-eaten meal besides. Right you are, Drusilla. Oh. How many nights did you mourn your lost avatar? The wellspring of your power. I might say it was quite a dish. Okay, that I was not expecting. I think not. Move so much as a finger and her head will hit the floor. And if we do nothing, the same thing will happen. So, yeah. Oh, that's it, Joriana. A fire. I want to see it burn. I want to see it rage. I want to see the hatred seep into the depths of your soul. Shall I make this Drusilla's final breath? Or this one? It is so very hard to choose. I was right not to give in to my baser instincts, to allow the thought of your taste to simmer in my mind as you and Drusilla formed a bond. A kinship, even. Born from an understanding of her inconsequential ideals, that you may better appreciate the bitter loss. But perhaps I should wait a while longer. It's not a level 80 quest yet. To let the flavor of your hatred mature and the tang of your mouth ripen. My bad. I can't make use of Drusilla yet. Revel in her screams. Exult in her misery. Oh, how splendid it will be. Sure, dude. All the while, my prized piglet, growing fat with loathing and succulent with terror. Patience rewards the dutiful gourmand, after all. When your tantalizing flavor has fully matured, I shall return, and shall reap my harvest. Yeah, Reaper, we get it. Nice pun. Wait, I already have Reaper at level 80, do I? Oh, no, wait. I still have... Hold on, sorry. I still have to get some level 80 stuff. Hold on a second. For Reaper. Oh, wait, do I actually already have some? No, I don't. What was it? Over there. Wait, no, it's the wrong one. What? I just clicked on the button. Okay, never mind. Wait. Oh no, there it is. Reaper. Alright. And armorer. Level 80. Is it? Wait. Oh yeah, no, Dragoon is still level 71. Alright. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I don't need to buy these. No, nothing else. Okay. Do I not have? Oh, okay, no, never mind, I don't. Right, I don't, I could just seen this, it's 0. This actually look pretty cool. For the most part. Anyway. Goddamn Voidsent bastard! Soulless piece of shit! Dang! Need to think, Herman. Swipe that solid demon spawn. Need to think, Herman. I know. Now's not the time to lose my temper. Deep breaths, go ahead. Right, we need a plan. First things first, find out where Orcus is hiding. The rest of the family should be able to keep with that. In the meantime, you need to prepare. I know you're good, Juliana, but we can't leave the bosses alive to chance. Sharpen your skills and your scythe, then sharpen them once more. The boss can do naught against Orcus without her avatar. That means you'll have to do the heavy lifting. Of course, I'll do what I can to afford you an advantage. You can count on that, for Drusilla. Yay. That offers your flesh as a vessel to your avatar, gaining maximum stacks of Lemure Shroud. Huh. Cool. When I get my hands on him. Oh, Juliana! Listen, we found out where the boss is being held, but I'm warning you, the how of it isn't pretty. An envelope arrived at headquarters this morning. I opened it and inside was... what? Inside was a letter, written in blood. There's no doubting whose it was. Orcus is reveling in his own cruelty. The letter said he is waiting for us at the Dusk Vigil. Gods know what he's doing to her now. Dusk Vigil, all the way over there, okay. I've called on every able-bodied member of the family for this one. We're heading out as soon as everyone's assembled. You? We're here, Herman, and more are waiting outside. We're ready to repay the debt we owe Drusilla, with our lives if we must. With souls courageous, hearts of hardened steel, for leaders seek for family's ideal. Into the demon's lair they soon shall tread, to end his terror foul, his reign of dread. Indeed. Let's get this spread. The boss would beam with pride to see this group of cold-blooded killers. Alright, Juliana, we're ready when you say the word. Job for a Reaper and a Reaper alone. Okay. Why not go all together? Why not a choice for that? What? Now we might not hold a candle to the likes of you, but we've got skills. We need someone to distract Orcus, right? And can move in for the kill while his back is turned. You tell us to stay here without thumbs up our arses while the boss is suffering? Still wouldn't want you throwing your lives away. What do you know about what she wants? These dialogue options are kinda stupid. Carmen, listen. Maybe she's right. I know she's right, goddamn it. Doesn't mean it doesn't chafe. Chafe. The boss wouldn't trust just anyone with the Reaper's arts, and Juliana has proven herself worthy time and again. If you're going alone, take that with you. For the boss, no self-respecting Reaper can reap without their scythe. Yeah. Now go and make Orcus rue the day he crossed into this world. Right? Bum, 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 bum. I think I like this a little better. Yeah, all the way over there. I was not expecting for it to be all the way over here. I went here so we can hear a little bit of painted foothills. Shut up. Alright. The music here is also really good. Why the music stop? Oh, there it is. There you are, Juliana. Oh wait, Orcus. My prize repassed. Come forward. You need a link shell to communicate like this? What the heck is going on there with the scythe? Did they just put the... Yeah, just having you run normally with the scythe. That looked pretty bad. Oh, that's awesome. That was really good. I can smell it. Your fear, your hatred. Your tender, moral soul. My masterpiece, ripe for the slaughter. I'll savor every bite. Strip the flesh from your bones, crack them up. Oh wait, that was... them open to sup upon the marrow for moons. How I hungered, how I thirsted, enraptured by the thought of your sweet essence trickling down my throat. Ew. Never have I suffered so in waiting, but in beholding your magnificence I see it was worth every agonizing pang. I not expect you to leap into my maw willingly, nor do I desire it. I want you to ride and struggle unto your dying breath. Cool. Are you going to throw rocks down and I need to hide behind them? This is really good. This done, of course. Can die without a final meal? Yes, you can. Oh. Second phase. Very good. Defiance becomes you. Though it begins to bore me. Oh dear. A noise, rather. It's past time you bared your belly for my blade. Prey's sole purpose is to satisfy. Are they going to... the family is going to come in and help me? Or Drusilla? Nice. Oh, this is going to be so cool. My My word, your aim is terrible. I wasn't aiming for you. How? There should be nothing left to you. Should have learned to chew your food more thoroughly. New music. Fools, the both of you. I won't die so easily. I don't want it to be easy. That's actually, yeah. That's exactly what I want, actually. I don't want it to be easy. I'll be honest. Just the right amount. This is all the modulation when it is tenderized. If he's on file messenger, Jan, rip his soul out. Oh. Oh, I did that so wrong. Wow. Oh, I'm sucking right now. That was so bad. God, no! Yeah! That was really good. That was cool. That was really, really cool. And here I thought that he was going to throw rocks that I would have to hide behind, or else his whirlwind would suck me in and spit me into the air and damage me, but no. No! Are you going to reveal your true form? The honor is yours, Drusilla. It's actually a good line, that was really cool. Thank you, Juliana. God damn it, someone is at my doorbell. uh, Hold on a second. Let's see if I get a moment to dripping with fear, boiling with hatred. I can smell its exquisite aroma. Wow. Now of all times when I can't even just a taste. Sorry about that. Just someone who wanted to know where my neighbor upstairs was. I went there and no one was home now. Even though there were people before, but now there aren't any. Well, whatever. Sorry about that, but it comes with the territory of just being me. There are bound to be these interruptions. And always at the worst possible times, too. It's done. Let's get back to headquarters, Juliana. Sorry about that. Again, sorry. Just. It'd be like that. I'm so small. Boss! Juliana! Yay! Eh. Thank you, Cansado, for the follow. I appreciate it. Sorry for causing you all no end of worry. In tracking me down, you risked life and limb, and for that I thank you. All of you. We didn't risk anything. We just sat here praying until you and Joriana walked through that door. Don't be so hard on yourself, lass. I know each and every one of you would have joined her if she hadn't talked some sense into you. We owe you our lives, boss. We owed it to you to return the favor. Everyone nods. You're more than I deserve. Who forces them they hold dear into a personal vendetta? Who leads family to their death? Thank you. Thank you. Obrigado. I have hydrated. Arnesius was no fool. He knew and accepted the risks. He placed his faith in you because he believed Orcus had to be stopped, and he was right. There will be no more victims to mourn. He helped you to achieve that victory. It'll be enough for him, and it'll be enough for me. Yay. Hi. What's up? Hope you're doing well. You're right. This ain't the time for sulking. Arnesius would be the first to tell me that. Now's the time to honor his sacrifice, with those we have lost, and those still by our sides. And thank the brave souls that led us here. That means you, Joriana, much as I'd like to take credit for Orcus's demise. It was a long, bloody road, but this marks the end of your assignment as a Reaper. And what an assignment it was, eh? You might not be Garian, but you tackled your task with a singular resolve that would impress the most hardened soldier. I'm proud to call you family. We may have founded the Lemirs to provide a home for wayward Garians. But we're not so different, Garians and Eorzeans. No great revelation, that, but moments like these help to put it all in perspective. This family was a dream that gave us the strength to survive in a strange land. But the beautiful thing about dreams, if you ask me, is that they can change. They can get better. So I say that, from this day forward, the Lemirs will be united not by origin, but by purpose. Bleh, sorry. Brothers and sisters bound by shared convictions. I don't think anyone will object to that, boss. The Lemirs are ready to welcome people of all stripes. Oh, it was she who said that, my bad. Starting with you, Joriana, though it was all but official already, eh? Aye, here's to the birth of a new family, sister. Ah, cute. How many families am I a part of now? What a day it's been, eh? Hope it will be a while yet before I vacation to yam around that much again. Too much talking's liable to put me in a sentimental mood. Or worse, make me dewy-eyed. So let's leave it at that, eh? You ever get weary from the weight of the world on your shoulders? Know that our doors will always be open. Weight of the world, can you hear me now? Cause we're gonna shout it loud. Sorry. And if you need an ear to bend, a shoulder to whip on, or a stiff bottle to jump inside, I'll be right here, sister. Cha-cha-da! Manus exit pattern? What? Lemurs. Nice. Oh. The Shroud gauge can be filled via the execution of certain weapon skills. If sufficient energy is stored in the gauge, you can execute the End Shroud. Stacks of Lemur Shroud can be consumed to execute Void Reaping or Communio, acquired at level 90. Wait, hold on. Let me just check this real quick before I end stream. I was hoping to at least do some of the crafters job quests, but I'm not gonna have time for that. If it hadn't been for someone at my doorbell earlier, then maybe, but I don't want to risk it. I do have to leave. Okay, let's see. Wrong button there. How do I activate that? Oh, wait, no, I get it. Oh wow, it takes a while to build that up then. Whoa. That is really cool. Like I see why it takes a while to build it up. Okay. This is a single enemy. No. Does this still have the same positional as before? It doesn't have positional. Really? So only these have positionals, but nothing else. Okay. Alright then, in that case. Let me just do this one more time. Alright. Gotcha. Oh, right. Actually, before I go, I can do this real quick. Although, I mean, does it even matter? It just... Yeah, no, that doesn't need to be in on stream or anything. It doesn't really matter at all. What? An oriental bathtub? Sure. Okay. Sure. What was the retainer carrying that? That's what I'd like to know. How much is this for? Oh, not bad actually. That's actually not bad. Oh my god, the wind-up Chloe went down so much ever since I put her here. I remember the last time it was like the lowest was like 100,000, so I put it at 50,000. Damn. Alright, sure. Whatever. I don't care. What about this? Alright, it has gone down again. You're welcome. 200. I don't care. I just want to see the prices lower even more. Sure. 1,000. Let's go 1,000. I find this hilarious. 205. Let's go. Lower it even more. I want to see it lower even more. Oh, lower it again. Sure. Let's go. 18,000 is fine. Did this lower too? No, it did not. It actually went up. This lowered by just like a tiny bit. You can even tell that. Yeah, whatever. 20,000. I don't care. Also went down quite a lot. Sure. 5,000. I don't care. This is sport. For me, this is sport. Just making the prices go down so much. Alright? 50,000. What about this one? Sure. 30,000. Alright. This one doesn't need to go down yet. What about this? Sure. 500. What about this one? Sure. 8. Dun, 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 dun. Pa 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 ram pam. Pa 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 ra pam. Okay. Not 0, 50. Okay. This actually went up. The last time I checked the Axolotl EFT price, it was at like 70 or 75 or something, but it went up. But yeah, anyways, this isn't real life or anything. I don't really care. I'm just emptying out my inventory as far as I'm concerned. But it's really funny. It's just so funny to me to see everything at like 100,000 gil, and then I just put it at 50,000 gil, and then the next day I see one that's at 49,999. So while seeing that and seeing that they would go down like 1 gil, I'll just go over and say screw you, 10,000. I could not care less about the actual money in game, because just gil, no fake, like not actual real money, so I don't care. I don't care that much. But it's funny, it's really funny, I love it. Wait, did I send them on ventures? I did, okay. If you looked at this, you couldn't even tell that I'm working to be an accountant. Like, my internship is going to start in like a few weeks, a couple of weeks. Man, I really like this. Not gonna lie, even though it's so simplistic, it's really simplistic. I do actually really like how this turned out. The Xion inspired Viper lamp. Cool. Even though I haven't actually used Viper at all in the dungeon or anything. Not yet, at least. It's level 80, so I don't have any excuse to. Not yet, at least. Okay, so anyway, that's the Reaper job quest done. And then on Tuesday, I think, the schedule will clear up in the afternoon, so I will be able to do the healer role quest. And then after that, oh yeah, there's still the crafters and gatherers quests. Yeah, but those I can do. It should be fairly easy. As far as I'm aware, it should be like these, the Disciples of the Hand, the crafters, and then it will be Miner and Botanist in one, and then Fisher in another. Which makes it kind of funny, because Fisher is technically the only job that still has a job quest, just because of how different it works in comparison to others, to the other crafters. And then after that, I will want to continue the main story. I'm thinking of leveling up the tanks first, and then maybe the melee. Just go like this, basically. Wow. Although I will leave Monk alone, of course. Oh yeah, by the way, I updated the Dragoon one. I changed it from having the bridesmaid thing to the one that we just got to this that we got in the recent Valentine's Day event. It's a little closer to Estelle, actually. A little. Much closer, even. So, yeah, I like it. And it has two dye channels too, so I was able to dye this part black and this part white. So it's fairly close to Estelle now. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop streaming now and I'm gonna log off and all that, because I do need to get going, catch the metro and all that. Thankfully I'm feeling pretty great today, unlike yesterday where it just... Oh boy, yesterday was awful. But yeah. Thanks again for showing up for a little bit, and also Cansado. Cansado. I'm almost sure they're Brazilian. Almost. Just because of the name. Yeah. The Reaper job quest was cool. I really liked it. Enjoyed it.